Hello, everyone. I'm Vidhan Bhosle, a developer advocate at Teradata, and today we are live from Possible 2025 from Los Angeles. And today we are going to talk about enterprise AI from ideation to implementation. And for that, I have amazing Ravit Jain. I know he does not need any introduction, but still, I'm going to say a few words. He is the host of the Ravit Show, and he interviews a lot of executives from tech industry, and he shares amazing content on LinkedIn. If you're not aware about that, so Ravit, welcome to our live stream.
I'm so happy to be here, Vedant. Thanks for having me. Possible has been fantastic event, and I've enjoyed every bits of it. I was at the keynote as well.
Mhm.
Enjoyed that. So thanks for having me.
You're amazing, man. You're amazing. We all love to watch Ravit's show and his interviews. And as you know, he interviews a lot of people, a lot of executives. So we are interested in knowing what are the patterns that you see when it comes to enterprise AI that leaders today might be missing.
Yep. So a lot of things, when it comes to the leadership in, the different patterns. So obviously, like Aditi and I, my co-founder and I myself, we kind of go to say more than 25 plus conferences in a year. We get to hear different types of leaders talking about like right now, obviously, we all are hearing more about the agents, agentic
Yep.
space. I think the patterns kind of depend, like, on what they're building and what
Okay.
the enterprise needs are.
Hmm.
So it totally depends on what their customers are talking, what feedback they're getting, and what's happening in the community
Hmm.
as well. I know for Teradata as well, you all listen a lot to the community, the developer community that you all have,
Hmm.
the enterprise leaders that you all have. So I think that kind of creates a good uh, pattern for you all for what you all are building,
Yep.
and listening to the customers, the feedback.
Hmm.
So I think that's like the pattern, and every company will have like a different
Hmm.
pattern. Every leader will
Yep.
have a different pattern, looking at that.
That's true. That's true. Now, a lot of time, what happens is that let's say that executive gets an idea,
Yep.
and idea is like executive is all ready to implement that idea. It's executive ready, but in actual implementation, it might not work out. So, what are your thoughts on that?
That is so true, because sometimes when, say, I go to a keynote, I listen to a keynote, I've heard about great announcements, but how much does that fit my data or my workflow
Hmm.
when it comes to AI, is a question, right? And that question is for every enterprise leader out there who's kind of listening about the new announcements that are being
Hmm.
announced as well. I understand from a customer perspective, it can be fantastic because they're getting newer features
Hmm.
and they've maybe given some feedback, and now they can, go out and learn. But for those who are actually now in the POC stage and going
Hmm.
to the next level, the challenge is not one size fits all.
True.
And you need to, you just need to make sure when you're kind of getting into that implementation process, you need to first understand what the problem is.
True.
And when you're kind of also thinking about problems, you need to keep multiple factors into the place, right? What's going to be the cost, what's the resources that we have that can actually scale,
Yep.
and that is something what I see usually missing out at times when I talk to a lot of
Hmm.
enterprises as well. uh, because there's some new flashy announcement that was made, and we all would want to definitely have it in our ecosystem as
Yep.
well. Sometimes enterprises go into it and, obviously buy it, but maybe that's not something that their ecosystem or their data or AI teams would need. So keeping that in mind, I think you need to be careful when you kind of going out and implementing or even thinking about implementing newer technologies or newer things that are being announced. First, take a step back,
Yep.
understand what problem do you want to solve,
Hmm.
what's even the ROI you would want to gain out of something where you're making a newer investment. So that's where most of the leaders also kind of get stuck.
Yep.
But those companies, and I've met amazing, intelligent, super intelligent leaders as well, who understand their problem first,
Hmm.
what's the first step, and then get into a direction where, okay, now I know what my problem is.
Yep.
I don't want to go all in. I want to take one step at a time. I'll solve smaller problems first and then get into the whole larger ecosystem. It could be just maybe out of maybe a 400 people data team, they might just ask 10 people to actually work on
Yeah.
a different smaller project
Yep.
to make sure how much is that relevant for even the larger group. So that's where I think implementation kind of also gets stuck at times.
Hmm.
And if the leaders are careful and if they understand what the problem is first time, and if they really need that flashy new
Yeah.
announcement that was made, if they understand that pretty well, I think they'll save a lot on not only just the cost,
Yep.
time, efficiency, but at the same time, they'll get to a place where they can easily also implement the newer technologies into their game.
True. 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 A lot of time it happens that even if you launch the pilot, the enterprise AI application, but even after that it fails. So,
Yep.
what could be the top three reasons, according to you, those things are failing?
See, I think one thing when we kind of talk about right now, we are in, like I said, we are in the space where everyone wants to learn more about AI, agentic agents, how it's kind of working. The most important thing, what I feel, is data quality, which
Yep.
plays a very important
Hmm.
role. And now it goes back to what we've been doing for years.
Yeah.
which is what we've been solving the data quality issues, garbage in, garbage out, right?
Yeah.
It is as simple as that, and it's the most relevant phrase to date,
Hmm.
because the only reason being is any data that you put into the AI system needs to be clean, needs to be high quality, needs to be
Hmm.
like the data quality should be maintained. So the first one is definitely focus on data quality. Make
Hmm.
sure that if you want to go from POC to production, data
Yep.
quality is must. Second thing is governance. I
Okay.
think governance kind of is like a no-brainer,
Hmm.
because in the world where we are, we need to make sure that any I would say, like, if I have to put it that way, where anything that we are giving to these AI agents,
Hmm.
or we are putting into the AI implementation, like the AI systems, you would want to make sure that your data is governed pretty well,
Okay.
and there's AI governance in place at the same time.
Hmm.
So if that happens, what makes the job easier for the leaders out there, and those enterprise leaders, they know how controlled their data is,
Yep.
who has the right access to the data.
Hmm.
So that is very important, like
Yep.
data reliability, governed data, or AI governance is very important. The third bit is, and this could not, I'm not saying this is very technical, but I think this is also about uh, managing the tech, managing that tech properly in a way where you are well aware about what you're getting into.
Okay.
So that is, again, it goes back to understanding what the problem is.
Yep.
So data quality, governance, I think
Tech
also
stack.
tech stack,
Yeah, so amazing, amazing,
right?
great. Now, when I see about, let's say, a new team is attacking a problem, right? They would want to test the use case first,
Yep.
right? Because that is the first thing that you want to do. You want to know if things are going to work out or not. So, according to you, what could be high signal and low regret use case that a team should be targeting first, so that they don't have the regret that they have wasted a lot of time, a lot of resources?
Yeah, such a good question, Vedant. And it goes back to the same
Mhm.
same old rule: start small, then go big into the game.
Yep.
Because if you're making mistakes at the smaller level, you're not losing a lot.
True.
Yeah, as like I've even seen teams going out all in on agents, and they're like, oh, we
Yeah.
would want our agents to be talking to agents overnight. If we're sleeping, our work should be done. I
True.
don't think that's the way you would want to do
Mhm.
it at the first. You definitely want it in the longer term, and everyone wants it. Who doesn't want that? Okay, all the mundane tasks can be done through the agents, and
Yeah.
the work will be done easily. So what I feel is, if you start small and understand that, okay, maybe out of the 100%, the
Hmm.
10% of the work right now these agents would be doing for us, and we'll be getting, if we are seeing results out of that, expand slowly, so
Okay.
you don't have any regrets,
Yeah.
even if that doesn't work out.
And yeah, that is the most important part, because if you don't want to dive head in first, you would want to test the water
Right.
first, right? So let's talk about the rubric that you would want to look at when you are, let's say, that prioritizing some of the use cases.
Mhm.
So what would that be according to you?
I think when you're kind of even thinking about use cases, the first thing you need to make sure that you have like the right, and this would be more about the resources as well, but you have the right resources who can actually be very skilled in terms of, these are newer things that we have been
Yeah.
using, right? But you need to have like certain level of skill set to actually use it.
True.
Why are you seeing more AI engineers coming into the game right now is
Yeah.
because now they have acquired a skill set that can help you build AI apps,
Mhm.
that can help you work on agents, that can help build a good AI workflow. So if you want to succeed in the use cases that you have, you need to have certain skill set that can help you to get from point A to point B in the most easiest way,
Okay.
and also get a lot of success in
Yeah.
those use cases. And it could be around, say, even healthcare industry, which is very regulated. It could
Yeah.
be around the financial companies, which are again very regulated.
A lot. Yeah.
But if you have the right skill set, I
Mhm.
think everything it becomes secondary. Your use cases will succeed. You'll actually have great success in the projects that you all are working on.
So a lot of things changes when you are going from notebook demo to
Yeah.
the actual product. So, what are the changes that you think are important ones, and what are the things that changes actually?
I think the biggest thing that changes is only what projects you were working and how those have also evolved. Not
Mhm.
only just the
Yeah.
tech stack, right? So you need to be very careful about first of all when you're betting on something or even moving to something, like if you're progressing in a project, you need to be sure what are you trying to solve.
Okay.
And if you have that mindset that okay, here's my end goal, you need to set the goal right.
Yep.
And if you do that, I think moving becomes easier.
Hmm.
It's like a workflow. It's basically
Yeah.
how you wish to do maybe your routine. How do you want to set your routine at a conference? How do you set things, right? According to that, I feel like you should be setting up a goal for your projects as well, and it could be a daily thing
Yep.
as compared to thinking about, oh, what I'm going to do for the next after like 3 months I want to achieve this. I think do it on a daily basis and you'll see those results.
And another thing that comes up is that you would not want to stall the momentum when it
Yeah,
comes to you're
totally.
working on a project and
Yeah.
you got everybody geared up, but you don't want to halt the momentum. So what do you think about that? How do you make
uh,
sure that your momentum is not stalling?
I think that's a very good question, Vidhan. I feel like the obviously every team wants to make sure that their momentum is going on and it doesn't get stalled at any point of view at any point of time. The best way to keep that track is to make sure you have the guardrails in place, you have the right measures that you have put in place.
Yep.
But sometimes there are instances, the biggest instance which what I see is like cost playing a very important factor.
True.
If you have a guardrail in place for that,
Mhm.
it just makes your job easier.
Yep.
Where okay, I know my cost is not gonna go above this level, even if I'm having X number of queries running or whatever.
Hmm.
If I have so much in production, right? So keeping that in mind, I think there are certain things that definitely depends on the guardrails. And if you're
Okay.
well aware and if you put it right way, I think it can your projects can go a long way instead of getting
Hmm.
stalled.
Now, speaking about guardrails,
Yep.
there are a lot of things that you can put for guardrails. What are the practical guardrails that you think will keep the momentum, keep the velocity, and does not stop your progress?
Again, cost.
Cost,
Keeping
yes.
a tap on the cost, making sure your data readiness is in
Yeah.
place. If your data is ready, you can go to the next step, which is AI.
Yep.
There are multiple things in AI as well. So think about what section do you want to choose. But those guardrails, when you're kind of thinking about AI as well, you need to have AI governance in place.
True.
So think about it that way, where data readiness is in place,
Yep.
AI governance is in place, cost tap is very well kept. I think those are like important
Okay.
factors to start with, but there are many more. I'm pretty sure there are experts who can bring in that. Ravit, we've been working on this, so yeah.
Now, it's a good segue to generative AI.
Yep.
You speak to a lot of leaders, a lot of executives who are working on a very big projects.
Right.
So, where do you see generative AI actually adding a real value?
I think first of all, internally
Hmm.
into the companies, they
Yep.
have a lot of documents, a lot of policies, a lot of things. So when you kind of have like Gen AI in place for that,
Yep.
there's assistant which is actually helping everyone by just putting in plain sentences about what they're looking out for.
Hmm.
That makes their job easier internally. First thing, Gen AI kind of helps there.
Yep.
Then we're kind of thinking about customer service. I think that space itself is so huge when it comes to Gen AI, because and I'm pretty sure you've experienced this as well. If you go to a hotel now, like I have experienced it so many times where I call and there's an agent actually
Yeah.
who I'm talking to, and the agent actually is solving my problem. Customer service,
Yeah. True. True.
such
True.
a good use case to think of when it comes to understanding how fast Gen AI is moving and which other areas it's capturing. I know there are financial industries, there's obviously healthcare, which is benefiting amazingly
Mhm.
well with the Gen AI. And those spaces are kind of moving very quickly, is what I
Okay.
feel. But I really feel like the highlight for me when it comes to Gen AI is currently the customer service space. It
Yep.
is a game changer,
True. True.
and it has actually been so impactful and so efficient for the customers as well, because now they have access to the documents that they need. If they need any information from the past, they can easily just type in and retrieve those instead of getting on a call
Mhm.
and explaining and giving out your details and then waiting for the customer care service to get back with them kind of going and retrieving all those
Yeah.
documents, but they can do it on just by typing and getting
True.
all those.
Now, when we talk about generative AI, nowadays we are talking about agentic AI,
Yeah,
AI agents,
yeah.
and a lot of times when people or developers are creating enterprise AI applications, they always think about, should I implement single agent or should I go with multiple agent or multi-agent architecture? So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it totally depends again on
Yep.
your use case. If you are start with maybe single agent
Hmm.
and then maybe get into the multiple agents as well, because maybe your business doesn't need it right now.
True.
It could be a creator just using one
Hmm.
agent at the moment, and then it could be someone like a, say, a 500 people big company. They
Hmm.
might need multiple agent ecosystem,
Yeah.
so they can use that. But I feel like you should try everything. So go with I would say go with the single one, try your hands,
Yeah.
then get into the bigger game.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, a lot of times when you are trying to create enterprise AI from ideation to implementation,
Yeah.
what are the lessons that you would want to share to all those who are trying to build an enterprise AI application?
A lot. First and foremost, not every tool is made for you. You
True.
need to be very careful when you're kind of using tools. What exactly fits your use case? Think about it that way. There are a lot of open source tools out there that they can try and learn, and even try hands on to make sure that uh, they get an example and they can at least learn if it actually fits their use case or no,
Okay.
and then get into building more apps,
Mhm.
and then there are so many different solution providers who can easily support you with the services too.
Yep.
So it's, I think, if you are at a stage where you're clueless,
True.
like I know for a fact, where at the keynote here at Teradata as well, not only just with the customer experience, but you all now have like a service which can help the enterprise leaders to build apps
Yep.
or solve their problems, right? So I feel, look out for those sort of services too. If you need them, it can help you get from point A to point B very quickly,
Mhm.
instead of getting stuck into the production stage and then thinking about, oh, like everyone said, 90% of the AI projects fail, right? It totally depends on how you see it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, for anyone who's working in this space,
Mhm.
try out various things. Don't rush into
Yeah.
there are many tools, there are many options, and I'm pretty sure there will be an option that will actually fit your use case.
Uh-huh.
So think it that way, do the reverse engineering, and then get into going for a tool, build your tech stack slowly.
Okay.
That will only give you good momentum in the projects that you're doing, instead of just wanting to rush into places. And I know we are in that space where things kind of move very quickly, so you
Yeah.
need to be quick enough.
Mhm.
But if you built it right, if you have the right tech stack for your use case, it will help you in the longer run. Because what happens is, if you built a tech stack which is strong enough, that will itself give you a good runway to build your project successfully.
True.
But even if you have to replace anything in your tech stack, you'll always have an option, and you are well aware about what can actually change.
True.
So you know the cost, you know the prep, you
Mhm.
know the data, you know the right tools. So that will help, and that will actually give a great momentum to
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Wise words of it. Wise words.
Thank you.
Now we are going to have a quick fire round where we're going to ask few questions.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. SQL or Python?
Oh my God. That is such a big question. It's like very hard to choose, and no offense to any community, but I still feel like SQL still does a great job, right?
Okay.
So yeah, for me SQL, but I still love Python. Yeah,
Everybody loves Python, to be
right,
honest.
exactly.
Single agent or multi agent?
Again, for this one, I'll actually go with both. To be
Yeah.
honest, I feel single and multi-agent both are good, and it is definitely powerful. Start with single, go to multi, make it big, and there's so many more possibilities there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yep.
Batch, micro batch, or real time?
Real time. I like real
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Uh, okay. Next one.
Yep.
Accuracy or uh, results?
Um, Accuracy results. Good question. I feel like accuracy is important, but let's start with accuracy, then think about results. So I'll keep it
Okay.
that way.
One must have guardrail.
For sure. There's no way that you can't have guardrails in place. Otherwise, everything that you're working on, you need to have guardrails for sure.
Okay. Most underrated step in delivery.
Most underrated step. That's such a good question. Wow. Uh, I think most underrated step is actually the planning. No one
Yeah.
thinks about planning it well, because everyone, if you work, you'll always think about the result
True.
as compared to how should I plan to get that result. So
Mhm.
that's what I think.
Okay.
Planning is like the most underrated.
Okay. Biggest risk, data quality or model drift?
Data quality.
True. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, great, great. Thank you, Ravit. Do
yeah.
you want to share your thought on possible 2025 and about Teradata?
Yeah, for sure. No, first of all, thanks for having me here. Thanks for hosting me at Possible by Teradata. I love the event. It is so vibrant. I've spoken to multiple enterprise leaders here. I've met friends, not from Teradata but from other
Okay.
companies
Yeah.
who've been attending. Other enterprise leaders who are
Mhm.
here, and have heard. Like I was at the keynote as well, and I've been having conversations around the keynote.
Okay.
What do they think about it? Not only just interviewing the leaders from Teradata, but separately as well. Obviously, I'm networking, I'm meeting people here. I think Possible is actually an event, I feel, which makes it possible for a lot of people to be in one place talking about something which is about the future. But at the same time, there's so many different things that y'all have made it possible. So that also helps us, like my community, to feel confident that okay, we visited the right place, we are getting the right
Yep.
content,
Okay.
and we feel happy about it. So Possible is fantastic, and y'all are doing some great things in this space.
Great to hear from you.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, we are also going live tomorrow on
Nice.
LinkedIn, on YouTube. We are going to have Jonathan, a very senior data scientist from Delta community.
Nice.
And tomorrow we're going to be talking about data through the eyes of a data scientist. Stay tuned tomorrow. And Ravit, do you want to share anything, say anything to close it?
I think, Vedant, you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank
First of
you.
all, thanks for that. And I think for those who have been, wanting to learn more about Possible, they can always follow us on the Ravit Show. I'm on LinkedIn as well, Ravit Jain. You can follow me, and we'll keep the conversation going there as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Ravit.
Thank you,
It was
Vedant.
pleasure
Such a
speaking
pleasure
with
meeting
you.
you. Yeah.
Until tomorrow, guys.
Take care.